What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. MLB DFS video. It is Saturday edition. We have a really good slate. It's pretty amazing. We've got a ton of great pitching. We're going to go through it all. If you've never been here before, you're in for a treat. We have Skeens, we have Skubal, we have Wheeler, we have DeGrom. We've got it all today, and we're very excited. So if you're new to the channel and you've never been here, welcome for the first time, or welcome back for the 1,000th time. Helping out the channel by just watching these videos, interacting with them, clicking like, and leaving comments helps out. So if you've never been here before, we're going to go through both the early and the main slate. We're going to look at the pitchers, and then we're going to look like top 3 to top 5 bats using outlier.bet, which you can use completely free for 7 days. If you use our link down below, after 7 days, you guys can sign up for one of the packages and really get it going. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through that. We also try to have giveaways every single day. We have 2 of them, and here's how you can win. First way, like the video, be a subscriber to this YouTube channel, and leave a comment on this video. Do not spam the comments, but leave a comment. And if this video gets a minimum of 50 likes, you will win a free week of FTA+. So that is a week full of MLB, NASCAR, MMA, and then PGA on Thursday. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you'll have a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass worth $500. Second way to win, somewhere in the video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it and type it in and have your second shot at a free week of FTA+. So we are going to see who the winners or winner is from yesterday's video. Over 50 likes, the comments are there, and the keyword is there as well. This first one right here is only for getting over 50 likes. Even if the keyword is here, we're still going to re-roll it for the keyword. And the winner of the likes is Cujo Blue. Congratulations. You did have the keyword, but you know the drill. So Cujo, email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. Subject line that you are the 81 likes winner, and then your name on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. And you still have a chance to win again. It was frenzy. Some sort of the word frenzy in the comments. There you go. Kevin Meek. Did you not have the comment? Oh, no. Kevin Meek won yesterday, too. In yesterday's video, I should say. So let's see. Kevin. That's where if I had an editor, I would throw in a Home Alone reference. Had you had the word frenzy, you would have won a second week in a row. Or a second day in a row. Winner of the keyword, there you go, Scooter. You know the same drill. Email me, subject line. You're the 81 keyword winner, and your name on our website. So that being said, we have everything under the MLB tab. We've run 10,000 simulations in the background. We're going to go through all of the games. Then we're going to go through our matchup tool. So all the batters have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 sims. We will talk to you about that. We'll do pitches be crazy, and we'll do some sports bets. So make sure you go check out all of the chapters. And let's rock and roll. So looking at the early slate, we do have a little bit of weather concern in Tampa Bay. If it holds off, though, it's a minor league ballpark. The ball flies out of there. It's got the second best odds for home runs at 29%. Arizona Athletics, 30%. Coors Field, 28%. And then we have the game, Bristol Motor Speedway, which I don't know how the ball's going to fly there. It's a NASCAR stadium. I'm very confused. We'll see. It's got 17% chance. And then Progressive Field, or Angel Stadium, the White Sox at the Angels at 16% chance for home run. So if the weather does hold up, we do have Blake Snell coming off the IL versus Thru Rasmussen. Now, Rasmussen just faced the Yankees, put up 17.65. Basically, on DraftKings, we're looking for realistically, between 20 to 30 per pitcher, since you have 2. And on FanDuel, 40 to 50. You can see he hasn't really hit that value since 625 at Kansas City. Splits-wise, last 10 games, 3.83 ERA. When he pitches at home, he does have a 2.76 ERA, which is a little bit different. I think his ownership will be lower because he's going up against the Dodgers. So I'm okay with him for tournaments. Cash, I'm not trusting him in cash. And then we've got Blake Snell coming off the IL. He's pitched twice this year. He's not done anything with those. He has not pitched since April 2nd. So it has been exactly 4 months since he's pitched, which is wild to think we're already 4 months into the season, but we are. So the splits aren't going to mean anything. News is what I was looking for. 76 pitches, 4.2. I would say, yeah, he's going to have some sort of workload. You're probably not going to be able to trust him enough. I'd probably go with the bats in this one. I just, like, he's got great stuff. We just don't know how deep he's going to go into this game. That's the only problem I'm scared of. So if we are using Tampa Bay bats against him, like Tommy Edman, or we're using LA bats against Rasmussen. Tommy Edman has a home run. Against righties, we're looking at Will Smith batting 337 with double-digit home runs. Ohtani with 30 bombs I would look at. Andy Paez, 275 with 16 home runs I would look at there. And again, these are all through 10,000 simulations. We do 20,000 about an hour or so before the main slate. So then Tampa Bay against Snell, they really haven't seen him. Again, this is his former team, but I don't think anyone on this team is when he was there. Coaching's maybe the same, but that's it. So they might know what he wants to pitch or what he likes to pitch. So you do give that a boost. But then you see their numbers against lefties aren't the best. I would use Jonathan Aranda if he gets in there, but I know he's hurt. So I don't know if he's going to be playing. And then they did, trade some people, but Chandler Simpson I would look at for sure. Batting 321 if he gets the start. A cheaper option could be Taylor Walls. That's probably where I'm at in this one. I just don't know what we're gonna. Problem is, I don't know what Blake Snell we're gonna get and how deep he's gonna be into the game, and then it comes into the bullpen, and then it's just a completely different beast. Baltimore at the Cubs, you got Matt Boyd versus Sagano. I would use Boyd. I don't trust Sagano here at all. I would use Boyd and then the Cubs bats. Now, again, we can be wrong. We're wrong before. It's completely understandable. That's why I think I'm a little bit different than other DFS providers, because I'll admit when I'm wrong. So we're looking at this. We've got Baltimore bats. It's not Ben Brown, is it? Why has it got Ben Brown? Let's see. No, it's Matt Boyd. So then Baltimore against, I wouldn't use Baltimore bats. I wouldn't do it. Cubs against Sagano. Castro's the only one that's seen him. What we're looking at here is Michael Busch batting 295 with 19 home runs. Kyle Tucker batting 281 with 12 home runs. Equal Armstrong batting 305 with 20 bombs. Those are what I'd be looking at. A full stack would be a Carson Kelly. Just feels like a Carson Kelly day. Maybe a Dansby Swanson here. So yeah, I don't trust the Baltimore Orioles. I would look at Matt Boyd and kind of go from there. We don't know what the Orioles shipped some people off on the deadline, so we kind of got to see what we're going to get there. Then we got Kansas City at Toronto. Noah Cameron versus, it's not been confirmed that it's Max Scherzer, but I do believe it is his turn in the rotation. He's coming off a great start against Detroit. We did use him in that start. So he's had some good starts here. We look at splits. When he pitches at home, he does have a worse ERA of 5.29. It is Kansas City. They're not as good. So Scherzer at 8,000, I'm okay with. Cameron, so George Springer, one of the hottest hitters for Toronto on the IL. Cameron comes in. We used him last start as well, 24.25. Exactly what we like. He has not faced Toronto this year. When he pitches on the road, he does have a 1.8 ERA, which we love to see. So I think I would be a little bit more, hey, I'm going Noah Cameron for both cash or tournament. And I would kind of steer clear of Scherzer and cash, but I would look at Scherzer in tournaments. If I'm using Kansas City bats, it's probably Bobby Witt Jr., Salvi Perez, and Vinny Pasquantino. If I'm looking at Toronto bats, depending, Addison Barger, Alejandro Kirk, Vladdy against Noah Cameron is where I'd look at in that. Then the final game here, Pittsburgh at Colorado, Paul Skeens versus Gomber. I'm not trusting Gomber. He's 4,500 and he's averaging less than 5 fantasy points a game. But the Pirates are bad, but I would still stack the Pirates and I would look at Paul Skeens. I love Paul Skeens here. The Colorado strikes out the second most out of any team, over 9 times a game. The only problem is it is Coors and it's the Pirates. You never know if they're going to pull him for workload. If he goes more than 5 innings, I could see double digit. If he can go 6 innings, I could see easy 10 strikeouts in this one. Pirates bats that I would use, probably looking at McCutchen, O'Neill Cruz, IKF, just depends. You got Brian Reynolds as well. But I'm not looking at Colorado and I'm not looking at Austin Gomber whatsoever. So that's the early slate done. 4 games early. We got 7 games here for the main slate. We've got Milwaukee at Washington as the first game. The Tigers at Phillies game is in between. It's kind of like what we see in Coors. It's a game you can't play. You can play a single game there, but we're not going to cover that. We're going to cover the main slate. Brewers at the Nationals. You got Brandon Woodruff, who's been absolutely amazing since coming back. He's averaging 24 fantasy points a game. He's faced 86 players against the Washington Nationals, 32.6 K percentage, only a 207 batting average. And you can see he had his worst outing against Miami, which doesn't make sense to me. But he had 3 walks, which took away his fantasy points. He's a little bit lower at 10,200, so I do like that. Splits-wise, he doesn't have much, but he has faced Washington once this year. 4.1 innings, 10 strikeouts in that game, 2 earned runs. I love the odds there. I want Brandon Woodruff. And then Jake Irvin comes in. I'm not trusting him. I would be looking at the Milwaukee Brewers bats, and then I would be looking at Brandon Woodruff. He's a cheaper option than some of the bigger names out there, but he's still he's got a great matchup here. Actually, Jake Irvin did have a good game against him. Gave up no earned runs, went 5 innings, 9 strikeouts per 9. When was that? Oh, just recently. He had 17.65. He had 5 strikeouts in that game. So he had a decent game. Then you look at splits. When he pitches at home, he has a 4.24, so I just don't trust it. I would rather go with Milwaukee bats. Milwaukee bats against Irvin. William Contreras has 2 home runs. He's obviously in a good spot there. He hits 257 this year with 6 home runs against righty, so I would look at him. Isaac Collins would be a cheaper option. Christian Yelich would be my third option. You could always throw in maybe a Bryce Terang or, depending, a Sal Frelick to get you some stolen bases as well as a possibility. Detroit at Philly. No, Detroit at Philly is here. So you can play this game. Okay. Skubal and Wheeler. I love both of these guys. Detroit strikes out the 5th most out of any team. They've kind of slid a little bit since having the best record. But you can see both pitchers are in a great spot. I mean, Skubal is very expensive. And then Wheeler is $1,000 less. I like both of these pitchers. I think both are great cash or tournament options. If you want to fade them because you think maybe they get lit up, you obviously could look at like a Bryce Harper, Schwarber, maybe a JT Realmuto. Flip side of that, Detroit bats, Riley Green you could look at. Because Wheeler's gotten lit up this year, got lit up by the Yankees. You could look at Wheeler, Colt Keith maybe, Gleyber Torres, Spencer Torkelson. I don't mind them, but I honestly like it could be a pitching duel in this one. Houston at Boston is the next game. You have Colton Gordon versus Walker Buehler. Buehler is averaging 9.2. Colton Gordon, 11.2. I'm probably not using either of these pitchers. I would rather just go the bats. I don't want to get cute with this one. I don't want to get fancy. I'm looking at the bats on both sides. Walker Buehler has been pretty bad, though. But let's just look at, obviously, Carlos Correa is back with the team. Against Buehler in their career, Christian Walker does have 2 home runs. Correa has 1. Against right-handed pitching this year, Altuve batting 290. Jesus Sanchez batting 283, a new addition there. If he gets in there, I like him. Christian Walker is 1, and maybe a little bit of Carlos Correa. Boston bats against Gordon. They've never seen him before, obviously. But against righty or lefties this year, Rami Gonzalez batting 341. I would use him. Yoshida batting 308, and Rob Refsnyder batting 279 to get a little bit cheaper. But everyone's going to be on your Trevor Story, your Bregman, like Bregman against his former team. Maybe we go with that one as well. Bregman's batting 367 against lefties. So yeah, I think Bregman's going yard. Market. Bregman is going yard in this game. I'll write that down. Maybe even 2+ home runs. Depends on how many times he gets in there. But yeah, definitely see what we're looking at there. Just avoiding the pitching in that one, going the bats. Minnesota at Cleveland. You got Bailey Ober. Has he been confirmed yet? Let's see. Just want to make sure. He's not been confirmed. They got rid of everyone on this team. He has not pitched since June 28th. Likely to return, makes his next start sometime this week. That was July 27th. So it could be his turn. Don't know if it's going to be him. Don't trust it. I would use Tanner Bybee because the offense for Minnesota is bad now. Like there is no offense. It's very weird. But what I would use hitter-wise, J-Ram for sure. Stephen Kwan, which I thought he would be traded, but he was not. Kyle Manzardo is another one. If I'm looking at Minnesota, there's Ryan Jeffers, Trevor Larnach, and Cody Clemens. Like, there's not much to go around. So I want some Bybee, and I want the Cleveland bats for sure. Through 10,000 sims, I don't want much to do with Minnesota at all. And it could change. You never know. It could change when we get there. But as of now, that's what I'm looking at. It's not been confirmed that the Giants are throwing out Bivens. He doesn't even pitch really. So that's kind of where we're at. It's kind of like the game started on Friday and the pitchers were still not confirmed for some team. It's where we're at right now. Senga, I don't mind him. He's faced 42 plate appearances against the Giants, 176 batting average, 16.7 K percentage in a pitcher's ballpark. I would look at him. We can't really tell who's going to be pitching for San Francisco yet, or if it's a bullpen day. So there's always a Juan Soto if he's healthy, Francisco Lindor, Nimmo for sure, Alonso, and it could be not, depending on the lineup, but you could get Mark Vientos in there if he's in there. Again, I don't know what they're going to do. Cedric Mullins is there. He might be in there too. He did not play on Friday. He did not start on Friday. Texas Seattle, you got, I think this is going to be a pitching duel. I really don't want any of the bats right now. I want DeGrom. He's averaging 20.9 in Seattle, strikes out the fourth most out of any team. And then Castillo comes in against Texas. 16.1 is what he's averaging. He's under 8K. Game log wise or splits. He's faced Texas twice this year. 12 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs. The strikeouts are low, though. They're very low. He's only averaging 13. In 12 innings, the walks are what got him. He'd probably be right around 20 if the walks weren't there. When he pitches at home, he does have a 229, so he is better at home. So yeah, I want both pitchers, both cash and tournament. At the moment, through 10,000 sims, neither of the offenses right now tickle my fancy at all. And before we get to the Yankees at Miami, we are going to go with the keyword being beer, because it's Saturday. Let's have some fun. So we've got Cam Schlittler versus Yuri Perez. Now Perez, 7,300, averaging 16.3. He's gotten better. I mean, he's had a couple of down games under 20 fantasy points. He did a great game against Baltimore at 29.35, 28.05 Cincinnati. He's faced 8 plate appearances against this Yankees team. So again, it's going to be people that got traded over there because he's only been in the league a couple of years. I'm guessing Stanton is 1 for 2. Volpe is 1 for 2 with a home run. Oh, they must have faced him last year. Jose Caballero, I could see him getting a start. Ryan McMahon has been pretty damn good for the Yankees. All very cheap options. Schlittler, up and down, 4.91 ERA, so not the best. He hasn't hit value his last 2 starts. He's got to go deeper into games. The strikeout, the walks are kind of what's up there. He's obviously never faced Miami before, but for tournaments at under 7K, I am okay with him. But if you're not going to go either pitcher and you want to go the bats, we definitely could do that situation. We've already covered it, the people who've had success against him. But against right-handed pitching this year, I mean, Trent Grisham's probably going to be leading off, batting 273 with 15 bombs. Dominguez could be in there, batting 282 with 8 home runs. Ben Rice is in there. I like him. I like a full Yankee stack. Stanton, Chisholm, like Caballero if he gets in there. Just wait for the lineup to come out. Chisholm back in Miami could be fireworks there. Miami against Schlittler, they've never seen him before. Against right-handed pitching, like they got rid of some of their guys, but you could look at Kyle Stowers batting 301 with over 20 home runs. You could look at Liam Hicks batting 274 with 4 home runs. Hernandez batting 327 with 3 home runs. They could be options there. Another one would be Otto Lopez or Xavier Edwards, depending on who gets the start for Miami. You never know what Miami's going to do. So that is the main slate done. We now have the night slate. We've got 3 games on the night slate to cover. We're very excited to cover all the games, actually. So we have, right now, there is a game. The Braves and the Reds is a game we can't play. It's not on here. It's a single game. So that's why you kind of see this. The A's are kind of the same team. It's not been confirmed that it is Ginn yet, okay? It's Zach Gallen, who we thought would be traded, who was not, in this small ballpark where the ball flies out of there. We look at this, 28 plate appearances against the A's, 28.6 K percentage, 185 batting average. So he really hasn't done much. Did back on 7-7. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Athletics this year. When he pitches on the road, he does have a 5.23 ERA. The wind is blowing out of here. That does scare me. I think this game, 100%, you just want the bats. I would just look at the bats on both sides. And it's not been confirmed that it's Ginn yet. News-wise, he did last pitch on Sunday, so it is his turn in the rotation. we'll see. But if I'm looking at hitters for Arizona against, again, I'm looking at Carroll. I'm looking at Marte. Perdomo's one that I do like. You could always go Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who I thought would be traded, but he was not. Athletics against Gallen. I think Nick Kurtz is at the top. I think I love Soderstrom here. Shea Langoliers, if he gets the start, is where I'd look at in this one. Just be careful. Pitching, you could throw him in tournaments because I think the ownership's going to be very low because of what the ballpark is going to do with the wind. But I think I'd feel more safe with the bats. White Sox at the Angels. You got Aaron Savale versus Kyle Hendricks. Savale 7,900. I mean, neither of them have done anything. They're very boring. We've talked about this. Tournaments, you could always throw them in there because the Angels actually strike out the most out of any team. They strike out over 9.5 times a game. Savale coming in, 4.38 ERA. When he pitches on the road, got a 4.58, so it's up there. So both pitchers are tournament only, but I'm probably going to go bats instead. So looking at the bats that we could even consider, White Sox, Rojas, 2 home runs, Luis Robert, 2 home runs. I like Luis Robert in this one. I would use Robert, who's batting only 186 against righties, but he's had success against Hendricks. On top of that, Lennon Sosa batting 288, Mike Tauchman batting 297, probably Kyle Teal batting 291 if he gets in there, and Montgomery if you want a full stack. And then the Angels bats against Savale. Logan O'Hoppe does have a home run, and Mike Trout has a home run. Against right-handed pitching this year, I would go Mike Trout batting 233 with 17 home runs. I would use him. Ward, he's got 20 home runs. He's only batting 225 against righties, but you could look at him. Zach Neto leading off, hopefully. Nolan Shanawell, Yohan Moncada, and probably Joe Adell is what I'd look at. So I'm probably full stack in this game. You could throw the pitchers for tournaments, but I don't even know if I trust them. And then you've got the Cardinals at the Padres. It is a pitcher's ballpark, but I don't think we've used either of these guys. They're averaging less than 10 games or 10 fantasy points a game, which is crazy. I'm looking at the bats on both sides. Now, it's a pitcher's ballpark, but I don't care when it's these pitchers. Cardinals bats against Vasquez, they really haven't had success, but against righties this year, Alec Burleson batting 302, Donovan batting 317 with 7 bombs. Probably in this one, Mason Wynn batting 278 with 6 home runs. I don't mind him. It's kind of what I'd look at through 10,000 sims. And then San Diego bats against McGreevy. They haven't done anything, but against righties this year, Tatis batting 285 with 15 home runs. I would look at him. I would look at Machado batting 318 with 10 bombs. Luis Ariz batting 307 with 3 home runs. I would look at those. That would be where I'd stack in this one. So there you have it. That is the early slate and the main slate and the night slate completed. It is now time to do all of the batters. It's our matchup tool. All the batters have a 10 out of 10 matchup rate. The record is 38. So number 1 is Andrew McCutchen. 2 is Brian Reynolds. 3 is Tommy Pham. 4 is Nick Gonzalez. 5 is Pete Crow Armstrong. 6 is Kyle Tucker. 7 is Michael Busch. 8 is Fernando Tatis Jr. 9 is Carlos Correa. 10 is Machado. 11 is Jackson Merrill. 12, Yainer Diaz. 13, Carson Kelly. 14, Luis Ariz. 15, Alec Burleson. 16, Wilson Contreras. 17, Ivan Herrera. 18, Brendan Donovan. 19, Masataka Yoshida. 20, who I thought would also get traded. 20 is Dansby Swanson. 21 is Ian Happ if he's in there. He has been injured. 22 is Nolan Arenado. So we have 22. The record is 38. I don't think we'll ever beat that. We came close the other day at 37, but 38 is tough. Next segment, we've got pitches be crazy. So we're looking at the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most and the pitchers going against them. Number 1 is Aaron Savale at the Angels. The Angels strike out 9.67 times per game, 9.56 at home. Number 2 is Paul Skeens at Colorado. Colorado strikes out 9.63 times per game, 9.13 at home. Number 3 is Colton Gordon at Boston, which I don't trust him. Boston strikes out 9.05 times per game, 7.91 at home. Number 4 is Jacob deGrom at Seattle. Seattle strikes out 8.86 times per game, 8.92 at home. And finally, Zach Wheeler versus Detroit. Detroit strikes out 8.81 times per game, 9.06 on the road. So I don't mind them. Those are actually really good matchups. Outside of maybe Colton Gordon's maybe my iffy one. So now we're going to do Makin bacon. So we're going to look at batters we think could get you 2+ bases, or you can parlay it down to hits. You can do anything with them. Pittsburgh heavy, but I'm looking at Brian Reynolds, number 1. Number 2 is McCutchen. Number 3 is Tommy Pham. 4 is Alex Bregman. I think he hits a home run today. 5 is Rob Refsnyder. 6 is Rami Gonzalez. 7 is Carlos Correa. 8 is Yainer Diaz. 9 is Tatis. 10 is Yoshida. 11 Machado. 12 Jackson Merrill. 13 Jesus Sanchez. And 14 Christian Yelich. Those are all the guys I would look at for 2+ bases or 1+ hit. 2+ RBIs you could even do. You get some good odds with like a 2-man, 2+ RBI type day. I think Bregman is pretty good with that, and Correa might be good for the 2+ RBIs today. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write those down. I'm going to put those bets in. And then strikeouts. Again, you can look at some of these for strikeouts. Parlay some of them together, but not all of them. But Zach Wheeler, 9+ strikeouts. Skubal, 9+ strikeouts. I think it could be a good game between them. Jacob deGrom, 6+ to 7+ strikeouts. Paul Skeens against Colorado, 6+ strikeouts, but I might get a little crazy if the weather's good. See what the odds for 10+ strikeouts for Skeens is. Cam Schlittler against Miami, 6+ strikeouts. And then finally, Brandon Woodruff against the Washington Nationals. I would look for 7+ strikeouts, maybe 6, depending if your book has that. So that's what we've got. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not. Make sure you go find that keyword that we talked about. Type it in. We have MMA content for Saturday. Every Saturday when there's MMA content, we have it. I think it's like a 6 p.m. start time. So we'll have all of that. We'll have NASCAR on Sunday. We'll have everything for you. So hopefully you guys have a great Saturday. Hopefully you had a great Friday, whatever you did. Good luck playing DFS or sports betting. Thanks for checking out the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure you share it. Also, leaving comments helps out a lot. Have a fantastic day. Good luck. And as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.